this looks interesting. Let's go to the weekly
Mhm.
on it. And first, you know what? Let's see what the IGV looks like on the
Yeah.
daily
Yep.
first to
For
see how this.
context.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So as we talked about it, it found support at the 21 day. This is what it needed to do. So it does tell you you can you look into this space for ideas. If this was underneath the 21 day, I'd say, you know what, just don't do any of the software because of what
Mm.
happened. Let's also look at ServiceNow and CrowdStrike, which fundamentally are the strongest in this group, first to see what they're doing. So that's still dogging it. Now let's take a look at CrowdStrike. To trade in this space, I'd want to see some other movement. So because these are the money isn't flowing here, I'm less likely to want to play in this space at all. Now let's look at the stock. That's just going to tell me if I do trade it, then what my position size would be. So it's a clean breakout there. And I would, if you're going to trade it, I would just do it with smaller size, just because you don't have the group working for you. Let's look at the weekly,
Hmm.
see what the fundamentals look like. And we'll go down into the quarterly section. Wow, love when you've got the numbers off the chart with the 999s on there. And you see, that steady 30% plus in your sales for most of them, a little acceleration up from the the 25% that it had 4 quarters ago. So that's working for it. And it's a it's a leader, but it's not super extended, right? It's not way
Hmm.
up in nosebleed territory. So yeah, if you're going to trade it, it's too extended for a swing trade. I could hear you. Um, and uh, I would just do like a 2.5% position from a position size, me personally, just because it's a little bit late.
Hmm. Okay. And I think he was just breathing. I don't know. I don't think he
Okay,
was
I thought
reacting to you
I
saying it
I
was too
thought you were like, oh
extended.
God, will he ever shut up?
No. Yeah, no, I think he was
I
just,
just tell you.
yeah.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
Okay, so I know because we usually get asked about this thing, and especially we just had the bank earnings today. Earnings season's going to pick up steam. We've got 13 days till earnings. So how do you factor that into the equation here, Webby?
If you're swing trading, that's kind of on the bubble of, you don't really tend to want to do it within 10 days of it, or you just have to know that you're definitely going to, exit the position before earnings. So you're probably not going to get a big enough cushion from a position trading standpoint. So an orthodox standpoint, it's another reason to keep the position size small because again, with it being so close, you're probably not going to get a big enough cushion. And since you mentioned the bank earnings, let's just pull up
Yeah.
JP Morgan, for example.
Hmm.
Um, this seeing that negative reaction. So
Right.
this
City
is
reversing lower as well.
yeah, and so you never know. Like earnings are a crapshoot. They were setting up nicely. It doesn't mean that, ooh, what was that? Was that Wells
A
Fargo
Wells
that it did?
Fargo. Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't bother me as much because it hasn't been the leader for a
Hmm.
while, but it's more the Goldman Sachs and the JP Morgans. What was Goldman? Okay, so that's hanging in there. So that's
Earnings
still,
early next week.
yeah. But the JP Morgan and the City is just um, it's fine that they're not, you just don't want blow ups in earnings. A slightly negative reaction down 2%. That just tells you I'm not going to play in that space right now until I see some strength. But at least it's not a big warning for the overall market. Like if that was down 10, 15%, then you just have this negative tone for earnings season starting off. That can change, but it doesn't
Mm.
always. Kind of once you have a theme for an earnings season, it tends to stay.